A deafening explosion, gunfire ripping through the air, terrified guards stripped of their weapons. And then, hours later, one of the robbers is found dead, alone, inside an abandoned getaway car. This is not a movie. This is what unfolded in KwaZulu-Natal. And it's the kind of crime that reminds South Africans just how organized, how bold, and how dangerous cash-in-transit heists have become. Because what happened in Kranskop wasn't random. It was planned, calculated, and executed with military-style precision. According to South African Police Service, a group of heavily armed suspects launched a cash-in-transit robbery that left shockwaves across the province. Witnesses describe chaos, an armored vehicle targeted, explosives used, shots fired, and in the middle of it all, security guards caught in a terrifying situation. 3 of those guards were robbed of their firearms, disarmed, overpowered, and forced to watch as the suspects carried out their plan. What's even more alarming is the scale of the operation. This wasn't the work of 2 or 3 criminals. Police believe at least 12 suspects were involved. That's not a robbery. That's a coordinated strike. To make their escape, the suspects allegedly hijacked 4 vehicles, using them as getaway cars to disappear into the surrounding areas. And then, in a move that shows just how fearless or reckless they were, they reportedly opened fire in the direction of a nearby police station. Let that sink in. Criminals, in the middle of a robbery, firing toward law enforcement. It's a level of boldness that speaks to a much bigger problem, because it suggests these groups are not just organized, they're confident. But then came the twist. Hours after the robbery, along a gravel road near the Tugela River, heading toward Nkandla, police made a grim discovery. Inside an abandoned vehicle, a body, one of the suspects, dead. According to provincial police spokesperson Robert Netchiunda, the man is believed to have accidentally injured himself while handling explosives during the robbery. In other words, the same tools used to carry out the crime may have cost him his life. It's a chilling reminder of the dangerous nature of these operations. These are not petty criminals. These are individuals handling explosives powerful enough to rip open armored vehicles. And when something goes wrong, the consequences are immediate and fatal. But even with one suspect dead, the danger is far from over, because the rest of the group is still out there, armed, organized, and on the run. Police have now launched a full-scale manhunt, intensifying efforts to track down the remaining suspects. Roads are being monitored, leads are being followed, and the public is being urged to come forward with any information. Because in cases like this, every detail matters. Every sighting, every tip-off, every piece of information could help bring these suspects to justice. What makes this case even more concerning is what it reveals about the current state of crime. Cash-in-transit robberies are not new in South Africa, but the level of coordination, the use of explosives, and the sheer number of suspects involved point to something bigger. These are syndicates, well-organized groups that plan operations carefully, often with insider knowledge, and execute them with precision. And they're becoming increasingly bold, hijacking multiple vehicles, targeting security personnel, even engaging in gunfire near police stations. It's a pattern that raises serious questions. How are these groups getting access to explosives? How are they coordinating such large operations? And how are they managing to escape, at least initially, after such high-profile crimes? These are the questions investigators are now trying to answer. Because stopping one robbery is not enough. Breaking the network behind it is what truly matters. For now, the focus remains on the manhunt, finding the suspects, recovering the stolen money, and ensuring that those responsible face the full force of the law. But beyond the investigation, there's a deeper issue: public safety. Incidents like this don't just affect those directly involved. They create fear, they disrupt communities, and they remind people that violent crime can happen anywhere, at any time. The fact that shots were fired near a police station only adds to that concern. Because if criminals are willing to go that far, what does that say about the risks facing ordinary citizens? At the same time, there is relief in one aspect of this incident. Despite the violence, no police officers or members of the public were injured, and in a situation involving explosives and gunfire, that is not something to take lightly. But the story is far from over. Somewhere out there, a group of suspects is still moving, still hiding, still trying to avoid capture, and police are closing in. The coming days will be critical. Arrests could happen at any moment. Breakthroughs could come from unexpected places. And when they do, they could reveal much more than just the details of this robbery. They could expose networks, connections, and a larger criminal system operating behind the scenes. Until then, one image remains impossible to ignore: an abandoned vehicle, a lifeless body inside, and the haunting reality that in the world of high-stakes crime, even the perpetrators are not safe from the violence they create. As the manhunt continues, one thing is certain: this is not just a robbery story. It's a warning, and South Africa is watching closely to see how it ends.